We're going to need a 3/8 ratcheting wrench. Welcome back to the channel. Well, we got the Mustang lifted up in the air because we've discovered that our engine is just fine, but we need to pull the transmission because there's fluid coming from within the bell housing. So this video right here, we're going to go step by step showing every nitty gritty detail of how to pull the transmission from my 1965 Coyote Swap Mustang. Get this opened on up. So the first thing that needs to happen is we've got to disconnect the battery that's in the trunk because we have to remove the starter, and we all know that wire's hot at all times. So we got to remove the starter when the disconnect the battery to remove the starter. When the starter's off, we got to unbolt the rack to take out the little steering shaft that connects the rack to the steering column. And then we'll have access to remove the headers. But before, we got to take the exhaust off. So exhaust, headers come off. When all that's off, then we're going to go inside. And inside they have the little transmission tunnel panel that I made. We need to go ahead and disconnect the shifter, drive shaft, drop the cross member, unbolt it from the engine, and pull it out. So 13. Alright, so we'll need just a few items. Better to take off these wires with a wrench just for the space that's allowed. Right here. Got a little flex head ratcheting wrench. Yeah. That, thread that back in. Alright, and then we got our wires out the way. Where'd it go? Last one. And then the starter slips out through this little window in the headers. Alright, first. Really simple process. First, we will need to, there's two sets of hardware we gotta loosen up. One that kind of clamps around it. That, and then we got, there we go. Help with our access. I'm pretty sure all this should be, yeah, 1/2 inch. Alright. There's also on the other side, there's another one. And this is kind of a set screw that kind of helps pinches down onto the shaft. So ultimately, you got several safeties that will prevent your steering shaft from coming off, because that would be a bad day. I need this guy to pop out. There we go. Alright, out she goes. Alright, I'm gonna try and take this whole exhaust off in one piece. First, get these slip joints off. This is actually loose. Yeah, perfect. Basically, so gonna unhook it from this end and unhook it here. And pull. There we go. Alright, so to get the headers off, we're going to need a 3/8 ratcheting wrench, and a 15mm ratcheting wrench. And why do we need the two? Well, because I kept the factory studs, forward studs, because it helps you to hang the headers up and it doesn't come crashing down on your face whenever you're trying to install the headers. So also holds your gasket in place as well. It's like having like 4 sets of hands. So it's going to be a very tight spot. So I'm going to loosen all these guys up, and then you'll probably just see me pulling them out from underneath. Before we go to point and overturn, I get the bore scope out. And I'm going to see if I can't show you what I'm seeing to prompt us to drop the transmission. And I'm not sure how the resolution is going to go up, but so you can see right there, before we unbolt it, there's fluid that's kind of drained, puddled, kind of like that. And then if you look over here, it's even worse. You can see all that, you know, is nasty. There's another bolt over there. Okay, so those look fine. Those actually look dry. So here's another one. Ugh, I can't position. But there's another one right there in that little valley right there. That's also wet. Alright, so 3/8 ratchet, headers out. Travis came to help.
I got the header out.
I
did it.
He actually did. Okay.
I also brought watermelon.
I got watermelon. It's hot. Oh, we got to drain the fluid from the transmission. Over here on the other side. I hope they got this positioned correctly.
Yeah, for the one video where it's like creaking or whatever and you're under a wrenching.
Yes, we need to.
And it's gonna pan over to me like with my arm shaking. Hurry up!
Oh no, I missed! Okay. Oh shit, oh shit. It's filling up. Oh fuck. Got the vent just in time.
You know, I don't think it like hit the pan and it splashed.
Oh shit, I got red soup in here. At least it's red though. That's gonna be fun to clean up. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, it uses ATF because of the tight tolerances.
Really?
Yep. T-56s back in the Terminator days, they used synchro mesh, if I'm not mistaken. But whenever they go to the later generation, they got to a tighter tolerance. That ATF fluid was what was requested by Ford and GM for the TR6060s. So yeah, Valvoline GL5 formula is what is recommended for this transmission and the GM transmissions.
I swear by synchro method.
And also I actually tried synchro mesh. It makes it clunky, and I don't know. It just
They got rid of the synchro noises that I had to upgrade.
so.
For that, it kept kicking me out of fourth, not put that in there.
Ignition fluid drips dry. We're gonna take off the lines of the master cylinder.
Alright.
freed up. You weren't supposed to stop holding the car up. Alright.
I'm gonna shake it to give it a good shake test.
Gotta remove this drive shaft. Alright, got the weight off the transmission. Now that we have it jacked up, kind of, yeah, keep that weight off. We're gonna unbolt the cross member from the chassis. We're gonna just dip it down a little bit to undo those pins and that one bolt that holds the shifter to the transmission. And then only thing holding this thing in the car would be the bolts on the back of the engine. So we need to get that taken care of. So the next step, which was pretty much accomplished by having a brief struggle of removing the shifter from the transmission. Yeah. Now we got to unbolt it from the engine.
Yeah. Tyler was trying to get me to go up. He was like Oklahoma or something. Yeah, he's like, drive up here. They ran out of badass Airbnb and maybe yeah. Yeah, it's a good 10-hour drive in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, we got that hurricane coming our way to hit Sunday or something. They don't know if it's going to hit Corpus Christi or hit Houston direct. They're still up in the air, and they're like, it's Category 1. Oh, it's going to be Category 3. Oh, it's going to be 4. We don't know. I think we're going to figure out stuff for that.
Hey, Travis.
I'm like right off the lake Houston, so yeah, don't really just get a lot of rain. And we haven't flooded. We're not in a flood zone, but I mean, like, we're surrounded by flood zones, so if we get too bad, maybe. What's up? Oh, you got it off?
It's heavy.
All right, okay, yeah. I'm gonna help my buddy pull his transmission. He's under there struggling. His arms are shaking. Like, yeah, go.
Okay. Help. Okay. So if I pull back,
yeah.
Got it. It should come down, but then we can just drop the thing. I'm afraid of it rolling. That's the main worry.
I'm holding it.
Okay.
Lower the jack. Yeah, there we go.
Oh fuck.
Right, pull back. Don't let it roll. I don't want to twist it to your side and have you roll on you.
I'm trying to lower the jack. Oh wait. The jack arm. You got it? You good?
It ain't gonna roll towards me. Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Look, and with one header in.
And with one header in.
Sorry, damn it, good.
Yeah, look how wet that is down there. Look at that fluid right there, just puddled.
That's not that much.
It's puddled. Yeah, but it is what hurts.
God!
This happens to be for like a friction disc.
I always like to oil my clutches.
Yeah, it's all on the bottom, like like it's coming out. Now it's not wet by the throw-up bearing. It's not wet around the little fitting. If you move your ginger hand, so it's not wet there. It's wet on these
You got
bottom.
10 millimeter. You want to pop that off real quick, or?
Yeah, let's pop that off.
Oh, that's still tight.
It is locked tight on.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, tension of the line will hold it.
That sheet. Oh, that little fucking.
If
I see that little nifty window.
Right. And then
It's wet back here too. Look.
well, I'm not sure if that might be grease from something else. Sure as shit though. See, like, I don't know, this, yeah, so like this right here concerns me. The wetness right there. But that's puddled. That is puddled. I'm like struggling to look. Maybe a paper towel will get an idea of what color that is. White paper towel.
Hey, homie, that's clear, dog.
It's clear, so
It's the clutch. It's the clutch.
so it's got to be the clutch
It's
throw
the throwout bearing. Look, that's clear.
Yeah.
I just have my dirty ass hand being
Yeah.
like, that's clear. Let's see if I can get that.
So it's not the transmission.
Oh, that looks fucking red there.
So that
What the fuck?
so many colors. So we have red and clear.
Look how wet it is right here.
That is wet.
And like off back here it looks clear.
That doesn't quite look red.
No, it's kind of clear like
The like it's the sleeve or throw up bearing.
I think that's clear, dude. Yeah. Yeah, because it's not like red like the fluid. It'd be
It
dark,
would be
darker.
dark red.
Yeah. No, that's clear fluid for sure.
So this is already becoming way more cheaper. Because now I don't have to pay a transmission shop to
Take it apart and look at
take it apart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's clear fluid.
All right.
So I don't even see anything from around here, like leaking.
Yeah.
Because it would have to get over this lip, and I don't see this lip's not really.
Now this part has to seal. Because this acts as this bell housing is the plate.
Yeah.
So they do have RTV around the outside. I can see that, but
it seals here. The seal is here.
it'll. I see.
Yeah. It just bolts to the transmission here, and it seals here. So like even over here, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So throw up bearing.
Yeah.
So what is that wet on top of the bearing part?
No, that's just rust.
It's just okay.
And from us touching.
Clutch disc.
Yeah. That's just from us touching it and dust. I wonder if there's a way to like test hydraulic line, because I've seen these lines go out too. See if you have a pinhole in it, either in the line or if it's leaking from here.
Well, these lines are super cheap to buy.
Yeah.
All right, so transmission's out. Looking at the fluid that was puddled, it's not red.
Like 95% sure, or
We're-
90% sure that it's the throwout bearing.
It's not red. It does look like it's clear, and it's been mixed with whatever the friction material that comes off the clutch. And I think we need to replace the line and maybe this throw bearing. So I'm gonna look up ways to see how I could test this.
Like
Yeah, you
right
can see
here.
how it's kind of dirty. Maybe it's been wet here and it's soaking in. maybe.
I've seen these pop pinholes in them a lot.
Yeah.
Braided lines. It just happens over time. Is this the original one with the car? Like, how long have you had this
No,
one?
this is like the third one. I used to be scared, so every time the transmission came out, I'd buy a new one.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty smart to do, honestly.
So
they're not too expensive, you know. So
they're not
what
they're
is
like
this one?
$100.
okay.
$150 maybe. So yeah, it looks like it's leaking somewhere around this.
It's always better to replace the throwout bearing every time you take the transmission out. Just safe than sorry.
Because you never know how long it's got.
Exactly.
And then you're
put
pulling
it
a
out-
whole transmission for this
Fuck
little
yeah,
thing.
dude. I tell everyone, I was like, it's worth the extra little change you're gonna spend for sure.
So
Make sure you don't have to pull it all again.
right. So we'll go pull another one. I know I've got the part number on the box on the shelf over there. We'll go see about doing that. But also, probably gonna have to get. We definitely need to go get a new clutch because the clutch has got material. I guess that might explain how it might got have sprayed onto that clutch material. Perhaps it was somehow
had a pinhole and was just kind of spraying onto it. Yeah, because normally it wouldn't.
Because if something's spinning that fast, how could the fluid get picked up from the
No,
bottom
if
of
it was just leaking, it would just been running down and then out.
Right.
It wouldn't have been on the actual clutch. Have you checked it? It's on the clutch. Like,
Actually, no, I haven't gotten it. Let me get underneath it. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, this thing looks cooked anyways.
yeah. I don't see anything.
Look,
wet.
it's wet right there on the back plate right there.
Yeah.
But that's probably where it's draining. I'm not seeing like,
How old is this clutch?
oh, this is original to the engine going into the car.
Nah, it might be time.
It might be time. So, the clutch actually costs $570.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
So, I'm not worried. I'm not too bent over about replacing
You want
this.
to take it off and inspect it at least while we're in here?
Not right now. We're
No,
gonna.
not right now. I mean, like,
We will. We're gonna take a break though.
yeah, at least inspect it.
We did a lot. It's hard to replicate the pressure, but just by opening this up, where's all that fluid come from? There's drops of fluid everywhere. It definitely comes from here. It's all wet down there. It's like fresh. It's like a fresh kind of wet. And it's a clear fluid, like what it would be from the hydraulics. So this might be our culprit. There you go, right there. It's fluid is dripping out. That's it. So it's not over here. We've still got a little bit more investigation to do. I gotta feed.
Either way, something's leaking and the clutch is slipping.
Or it's an old clutch. But yeah, there is fluid coming. We have confirmed there is fluid, at least at the throw-up bearing. Throw-up bearing lines that'll get replaced, and then we'll also probably look at replacing the. I'll look at replacing the clutch, and that way we have a fresh clutch, fresh everything, fresh lines, fresh throw-up, everything. Go back in because the transmission looks like it's still all hunky-dory, sleeved up, sealed up.
It'd be cool if you can put a little bit of fluid in that line and pressurize that line somehow to see.
Well, we could just hook it up to the pedal or the master cylinder, and maybe put like vice grips or C clamps on it. If I can give it the beans.
Yeah.
But
That'd be a good way to go.
that will be on another video. Hit the like button. Comment down below what your thoughts is so far.
Please like, share, and subscribe, please.
And if you're new here, what don't you think about subscribing? And we'll see you later.
Better, or else I'm gonna haunt you in your dreams.